Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another stream. I hope you can all hear me okay. There's two of you there already. Hello to you. Hope you can hear me. Very welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming along. If you haven't followed me yet, please do. Much appreciated. So we're just setting up the aircraft at the moment for our short flight from Amsterdam to London Stansted. Won't be a very long flight this evening. Flight time in the range of about an hour. Departing Amsterdam, straight out along the coast, right turn at Rotterdam, across the North Sea, in over Clacton, over Colchester, Braintree, and then a left turn towards Stansted, and our arrival. So like I said, flight time in the range of about 1 hour. Now remember, if you are watching and you haven't got a Twitch account yet, please make one quickly, and then you'll be able to come into the chat room and have a chat. That's what we like to do here. We talk about anything while we're flying across to wherever it is we're going. So let's crack on and set up this aircraft. As you can see, I have the batteries on already. These are for those who don't know much about aeroplanes. My knowledge is fairly limited, but I know enough to how to get on off the ground. I did used to work at an airport, so I've got a little bit of lingo. But this aircraft is the Airbus A320 Neo, and it's the new one that went into operation about 2014 with new engines. And it's a fly-by-wire aircraft, which means that it's all flown, by computer signals, whereas conventional aircrafts are actually still flown on cables. Would you believe? When the aircraft turns and stuff like that, when they're turning the yoke, there's cables that are turning the aircraft. But on this one, it's all done by electrical input. So our batteries are up here, so we've got them on, which is giving us power. We've got the external power set, which is a GPU outside of the aircraft. So we need to get our APU switch on, and our master, APU master. Give that a few minutes, and that will be ready to switch on. So we're doing a flaps 1 takeoff this evening. So we go down here, which is the MCDU. This is where pilots would program their flights. As you can see, I have the flight plan loaded in already. This is our flight plan. Just here. We just need to put some information into the aircraft for takeoff. Now, unfortunately, on the Xbox version is what I'm using. It's a bit like everything. You can't use everything, which is a shame. But on the PC, you could input this all yourself. Now on the Xbox version, it does it when I've done it before we came on. You put in where you want to go, where you're departing from, where you want to go, and it loads it up for you. So that's handy because it means that we don't have to sit here for half an hour programming it all. Although it is something I'd like to do in the future. So the information here. This is our V1 speed. Okay, so this is our rotate speed. This is the speed we must get to before we rotate the aircraft to get lift. But what I'm going to do is here now, I'm just going to tell the aircraft that we'll be using a flaps 1 takeoff. So we hit 1 here, and we enter it here, and it goes into this little box here, and this tells the aircraft that we're going to be doing a flaps 1 takeoff. We will come back to the MCDU later. There is some information we need to put into it when we're coming into land. We will need to put the temperature in, the wind, and the QNH. When we speak to air traffic control in a minute, we'll get the QNH of this airport. Okay, and it's very important because it tells the aircraft how high above sea level the runway is. So when we're coming into land in Stansted, it's very important that we tell the aircraft the QNH of Stansted Airport, so that the computers know how high the aircraft is, and that so the aircraft knows where the runway is going to be. Okay. It's all a bit confusing, but I mean, I spent 6 months studying this before I even knew that this that it was coming out on the Xbox. So let's speak to air traffic control and let's get some clearance. Okay, so they've told us that we're cleared to Stansted Airport as filed, takeoff runway 24, climb and maintain 6,000. So 6,000 into the autopilot, and it's telling us that departure frequency is 119.005 and that our squawk is 4037. Now squawk is a transponder. So 4037. Now that is our number on our transponder that will allow air traffic control to speak to us during the flight. So we go back to clearance. Okay, so we've had our bags put on, our catering truck's been here and our fuel truck's been here. Jetway's still connected. So let's talk to ground and ask for that to be taken away.
Skip Hall ground EZ29er, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
There we go, that's being taken away. Now, the only reason I'm explaining all this because, of course, I know we've got some new viewers this evening. It's very nice to have you here. Thanks very much indeed. Okay. So now we can request our pushback, but before we do, we need to put some fuel pumps on so that the fuel will obviously go into the engines for when we start. Engine bleed is on. External power. APU. Right. So let's request our pushback.
Hall ground EZ29er requesting pushback.
EZ29er pushback. Request accepted.
So we need to release our parking brake. There we go. And we'll get pushed back. Now I need to get back in the cockpit. Get the beacon lights on. I'm going to start some engines. Engine 2.
Skip Hall ground EZ29er requesting the
EZ29er request to end pushback received.
Skip Hall ground EZ29er with Quebec ready to taxi IFR.
EZ29er taxi to end hold short of runway 24 using taxiway Alpha 5 Alpha 8 Sierra 7 Sierra 7 Whiskey. Contact tower.
Love those engine noises.
8 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 24 using taxiway Alpha 5 Alpha 8 Sierra 7 Sierra 7 Whiskey EZ29er.
Okay, so our engines are good. So before taxi, so check our rudders. Full right, full left, And our controls. Full right. Full left. Back. Forward. Oh. Let's get some more lights on. Let's get our strobe on. Our wing lights. Taxi light. We are ready to go. Parking brake is off. Set our speed brakes. Flaps 1. Right, let's get to this runway. Evening, Colt at Red Barrel. How are you, sir? Thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming back. Really appreciate it. Short one this evening. A short hop across the North Sea. We're just leaving Amsterdam. We're just leaving our stand. And hopefully we'll end up in Stansted. London Stansted. My home airport in England. Very well, mate, thank you. Yes, mate, this is Schiphol. Now, this is live weather, but it was live weather at about 5 o'clock. But it does look like it was a lovely day in Amsterdam.
Hold position, caution, other traffic.
Oh, hold position.
Hold position easy 29er.
Someone else taxiing in. I hope that doesn't happen this evening. Although, do you know what? I keep looking back on Monday night stream. I keep looking back on that landing. So proud of myself. Okay, is he going to move? Or am I just going to ignore? Is he waiting for me? I'm going to carry on. Now, obviously in the real world you wouldn't do that.
EZY29er, continue taxi.
Oh, thank you very much.
Roger, easy 29er.
No, actually what I haven't set is my QNH, and that is very important. Did you tell me what it was? She actually hasn't. Okay, perhaps she'll give it to me when she gives us takeoff clearance, hopefully. I can see a car out my left window. Oh, hello, mate. Yeah, can you see the big aircraft? No? Oh, right, okay. No problem.
Skip Hall Tower easy 29er at runway 24 ready for departure IFR to Stansted.
EZY29er, hold short runway 24. Traffic is generic, on final.
Someone coming into land.
Runway 24 EZ29er.
So we have to wait. Here he comes. Not sure you can see it on your screen, but here he is. Just here, look. Here he comes. No, while we're sitting here, let's do our...
Turn next taxiway.
Let's get our takeoff lights on. We're just waiting for clearance.
6, turn next taxiway.
There's a fly on my screen. It's really getting on my nerves. I don't suppose the fly knows that, does he?
Turn next taxiway.
Oh, brilliant. So now we've got a fella stuck on the runway. Fly simulator. Swatting simulator. You must let me know next time you're going live, mate. I'd love to come along. Good, he's turned off, thank God. QNH, lovely.
Traffic is generic, on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 EZ29er.
121.705 EZ79er 56.
So let's just set our barometer. Now the barometer and the QNH, I don't know if you were here when I was explaining it. This is to let the aircraft know how high above sea level the runway is, so that we get an accurate reading. Usually Friday or Saturday. Cool, I'll be around. Well actually I won't, will I, because I'm at work. That's a shame. Okay, parking brake is off. Let's get this baby in the air. Mate, you should get Game Pass, and then you'll be able to come flying with me. Get Game Pass for the PC.
Orange 5, 990, go around.
I've just made someone go round, I think. But she did tell me that I could
Going around
take off.
Orange 5,
Yep.
990, contact skip call approach on 126.68. Good day.
126.68 orange 590.
Right, let's go. Off to London Stansted. Stick forward. Engine's 50%. Stable. Full toga. $80 back off the stick at 100. $140. B1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up.
EZY29er contact skip hall departure on 119.055. Good day.
Going to 119.055 EZ29er. Skip hall departure EZ29er is at 1,600 feet, climbing 6,000 feet.
Throttles back to lever climb.
EZ29er skip hall departure QNH30.36 continue to 051 as planned.
And off we go. Just passing our airspeed, so flaps up. Now the plane will accelerate. Speed brakes off. Leave our lights on until we pass through 10,000. And we're on our way. Now hopefully we don't get an avionics failure. Like we did last time. Thanks very much, mate. I've yeah, it is something I've believe it or not, I've been practicing because with the Xbox joypad, you know, with the little thumbstick, you've got to try and keep your thumb on it when you get your you know, when you get your degrees right. You're looking for 15 degrees on the flight display, which would be here when I'm putting my arrow. That's your perfect takeoff, 15 degrees angle. But you're supposed to go up, I think it's 3 degrees in stages, up to 15. Cruising altitude for this journey should be... 1 second and up, so up to 16,000.
Maintain 16,000 feet EZ29er.
I believe it's flight level 209, which would be 20...
600 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
Yeah, okay, so flight level 203, which is 20,300 feet. And our outside air temperature at that height is minus 25 degrees. So there we go, climbing out of Amsterdam. Good evening to the new viewer, how are you? Don't be shy, come and have a chat. Thank you very much.
119.175 for EZ29er. Amsterdam Center EZ29er is at 8,000, climbing 16,000 feet.
EZY29er Amsterdam Center QNH 30.36 continue to EH028 as planned.
Okay, so we're coming up to 10,000. The plane will start to accelerate because the constraint is that under 10,000 in Europe it's 250 knots. So as soon as we hit 10, the plane will start to accelerate to 320. See that? See the orange There's orange, purple numbers here. That's what the plane is now going to accelerate to. So we're above 10,000, so we can turn our landing lights off. We can turn the taxi lights off, and we can turn the runway turn-off lights. Ooh. Is that on? Oh no, off. No smoking. But we can turn those lights off. We can turn the seatbelt sign off when we get to 16,000. There you go. We see the Hook of Holland. We're up over the North Sea already. And on our way to Stansted. Take a picture of that Insta. Now turning left. As soon as I'm up, I'm down. Yeah, we will be, mate. We will be. Let's just see where we're currently positioned. So the aircraft is going to find its way back onto this line. So down the Dutch coast, left turn. Rotterdam is just about here. A left turn over the North Sea, then a right turn over my hometown of Clacton, which you can see here, which is on the main flight path for most airports in the UK. Actually, Clacton. I used to, when I was a kid, I still do it when I go home. My dad's got a really good set of binoculars, and I just sit there watching, looking at them through the binoculars. Sometimes you could see the people in the windows. Unbelievable. Unreal. New follower, DreadX85. Oh, I see ya. Thanks very much for the follow, mate. Much appreciated. So yeah, up over Clacton, over Colchester, over to Braintree, and then a left turn, which will take us to Bishop. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. So up to 20. So yeah, Colchester, left at Braintree, then over to Bishop Stortford and landing in Stansted. Let's go back to the flight deck before we get into trouble. So climb and maintain 20,000. Up we go. Good evening, everyone. 5 people with us now. How are you? Thanks for coming along. Remember, if you haven't got a Twitch account, all you got to do is make yourself a quick one, sign in with Facebook, and then you can come into the chat box. So we've just left Amsterdam, and as I said, we're on our way across the North Sea to London Stansted. Moobs92, thanks for the follow. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Don't be afraid to come in the chat and say hello. Well, the transfer window is over, boys. Was it a success or not? Let me start by saying that I think every player we signed is an improvement on what we had. I can see what Arteta's trying to do, but I fear he hasn't got enough time. That's my fear. But then whoever comes in after him is going to have a core. He's going to have a good core of young players. Thanks for the follow, Moves92. Thank you very much indeed. Brad thinks that Lokonga will be a beast. I do too. Absolutely, mate. I do too. Can't believe he dropped him for Man City, to be honest. But look, if there was a manager that thought he could beat Man City, it was going to be him, wasn't it? But unfortunately, the class on the pitch was too much, wasn't it? They're a class outfit, Manchester City. They really are. Odegaard will come good, great steal for 30 million. Absolutely, mate. I think 30 million's the total. I think the price we paid for him was 24.7, I think. But with the add-ons, take it up to 30 mil. I'm open to be corrected on that, but I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. Norwich City, such a big game for him. Oh, such a big game. And it's a dangerous game as well, because they're not going to be scared of us.
Easy White 29er, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain flight level 200.
See, this is where the bugs come back in. Like,
Flight level 200, easy 29er.
I'm not over 20,000. I'm actually 20 foot below it. Let's go back into the old seat mode. I like the other one better for some reason. Yeah. So there's the coast, the Dutch coast still. We should be making a left turn pretty. We will be making a left turn pretty soon, which will take us towards Clacton. And halfway across, here we go. Here comes the left turn. And halfway across. Shut up. No, I can't, because I'm not at two, I'm at 2 level 00. Go away. Thank you. Nine points is a must from the next 3 games. Oh, yeah, I mean, I think the best we can hope for this season is another top 10 finish, hopefully. But I just don't think he's going to get the time. I don't think he's going to get the time. If he's going to sort it, he's got to sort it in this international break, and they've got to come out firing, and they've got to go on some kind of run, some kind of winning run. Bit of clubs, Brad, bit of clubs. When FIFA 22 comes out, bit of clubs. Bit of FIFA. I say every year I'm not going to buy it, and I do. I'll have to get it on the PS4 though, won't I? You still playing on your PS4, mate? Colt says the Spurs game will be massive. Huge. Huge. And that is why I want us to get some wins under our belts before we go into that game. Still on the PS4? I'll get it on PS4 then. Bit of clubs. No rush for a new console. Well, to be honest with you, mate, I only got this because I wanted this. That's all. Air traffic control, please be quiet. Thank you. It's the only reason I got it. It's all I do. It's all I play. Kids play Fortnite on it. I play Fortnite with Lily on it sometimes. We do some streams, but only got it for this. I ain't switched it on for my PlayStation. I ain't switched it on for 6 months. Moves 92. Love this game. Yeah, so do I, mate. Although it's not a game. It's a simulator. Arsenal have got to get some wins in the next 3 games. Tell you what, mate, I think we've got to win the next 3, haven't we? I agree with Brad. We still need a 1v1 in Street Fighter. Let's do it. Let's do it. Although you'll probably hammer me.
EZY29er, please expedite your descent, flight level 200.
What a game that was. I used to spend so much money on that in the amusements. But the games I used to play in the amusements was to get my pocket money off my nan, straight down the amusements, Clacton Seafront, Street Fighter, Outrun, Euro Football Champ. Does anyone remember playing that? It was the one where you could nut the ref. And then there used to be one called Tekken World Cup. I don't know if any of you have played that. But there was a ball in the middle and it had 2 buttons either side of the ball. And to control the players, you had to roll the ball in what direction you wanted them to go. Oh, what a game. Used to spend so much money on it. Well, so much money back then was about £3. My weekly allowance gone. Tekken World Cup it was called. Used to love playing that. And Outrun as well. Outrun was my favourite. But a weird thing with Outrun, I could only do the stand-up one. If I played the one that moved, I wasn't as good. It's really strange. God, the games we used to play there. Going back to the 90s. Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderbolt, Track and Field, Rustan, Pac-Man, Wonder Boy, Bubble Bobble. Deary me. We're reminiscing. Afterburn! Oh, mate. That one was mental. The moving one of that was mental.
EZY29er,
Go.
please expedite your descent, flight level 200.
Wish they'd sort this bug out. They said they had after the last 2 updates. Thunderblade, Brad. My God, on the move it side to side, and it had a little throttle next to it. Unbelievable scenes.
EZY29er, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Thank you.
118.475 for EZ29er. London Center EZ29er, flight level 200.
So we should get some descent instructions soon.
Continue to Rennes as planned.
Let's have a look where we are on the old GPS. So there you go, we just started our little left turn. So the next waypoint, which is Rennes, and then the next one is Logan. turn right at Logan and head towards Clacton. I might ring my mum and dad, get them out in the garden. Wave to us as we're going over. Altered Beast, another classic. R-Type. Oh, R-Type, what a game. Golden Axe. Wow. Gauntlet. Oh, Gauntlet. Come on, Colt, give us some classics. The newest Gauntlet is it? I'll have a look at that. Don't suppose you can get it on Xbox though, can you? Brad, I just need to tell you that in December there's a new Halo coming out called Halo Infinite, and it's all remastered Halo 3. Remastered, and I've seen screenshots, I've seen gameplay, and mate, but yeah, Brad, it's all been remastered. The same geezer doing the same geezer doing the. Yep. Same geezer doing all the commands. Slayer. So here we go. We brought back some engine power because we're now going to start our descent into London Stansted. Sega Rally. Look at this, like Street Fighter, Final Fight, Turtles, Outrun, Roadmasters, bloody hell. Daytona, remember that when that first come out? Ridge Racer. Killer Instinct was another one as well that I love playing. Ultra Combo! Pardon?
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet easy, 29er.
Oh, 10,000. Which is 1,000. So let's go. This is the descent.
8 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach by Abbott transition.
Seatbelt signs on. Down we go. Someone else in front of us, look.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Abbott transition. Cleared to Abbott Ryanair 7905.
We have a Ryanair in front of us. We're an EasyJet, of course. A320. So just a little bit of information for you. These two little yellow strips indicate when we can bring in the flaps to help us slow down and to help us lose altitude for our approach. Putting the flaps down above these will cause the aircraft to stall. So we have to be very, very careful that we don't put them down too early. But if you've been here the other night, Colt was here. We were just about to make our descent into Munich and all my avionics went. Now the avionics are what you see in front of you here. All these screens, all these information. Anywhere there was digital information, I lost it all. And I was forced to do my first ever full manual landing, which was a bloody success. You can see that on YouTube actually. If you haven't subscribed to me on YouTube, please do. TheBeginner Simmer. Full videos on there with timestamps. Go and have a look at it. It was my first emergency. But we got her down. And even though it was a simulator, you could see the relief in my face when it landed. Got any coastline yet? We certainly do. There's the good old UK. And that below us is my hometown of Clacton-on-Sea. See if we can see the mum and dad in the garden waving. But I have noticed it hasn't got the pier on this.
Contact approach on 120.625.
Brad, you just caught the landing. Sweet. If you go back, if you go onto the YouTube channel and watch it from, I think it's time stamped on there. Everything goes blank.
120.625 for Ryanair 7905.
They have added the pier, have they? No, that's a cloud. But that's my hometown right there. Born and bred. Clacton-on-Sea. Right, let's get back into the... There's my house. Let's jump back into the cockpit. Bit of concentration needed now for the old approach. So there's our waypoint, Clacton-on-Sea. Two followers gained this evening. Thank you very much indeed. My goal is 50. So if you know anyone who likes a bit of flight simulation, or likes to just come along and have a chat, let them know. If you've got your Twitter open, give us a retweet. Much appreciated. So what I'm switching on there now is the localizer switch. Okay, and the localizer switch will help us guide us in to the runway. You should set up a Discord, Craig. Do you know what, mate? What is Discord?
EZY29er, 6 miles east.
Oh.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Abbott transition.
Thank you very much.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Abbott transition. Cleared to Abbott EZ29er.
We'll need to get onto Stansted approach in a minute to get our QNH and our wind speeds and our temperature. So we are on the approach, so let's activate the approach phase. And we've asked the aircraft to drop the speed down to 210. I'll have a look at that, mate. Thank you very much. I will. So we're just coming up to the marker where we can put in our first set of flaps. And that will make our descent faster and slow us down as well. Keep us stable. So there we go. So let's put our first stage of flaps in. Flaps 1. Speed checked. 210. And as you can see, we are now dropping. We were dropping at 800 feet a minute. Now we're dropping to 2,700 feet a minute. We now established on the localizer. This is what this is here, this information. Okay. So it's telling us that we are landing ILS and that we are 27.6 nautical miles away from Stansted Airport. So what we want to see is this purple, it will be a diamond. This purple diamond will come across the screen as we approach Stansted, and it should hopefully stop in the middle, and it will line the aircraft up with the runway. Let's just check we're all code. Landing lights on, because we're below 10,000. I should have done that a long time ago, but anyway. And we'll get our nose wheel light on for when we lower the landing gear. We'll do that at about 6 miles out. By 6 miles out, we should be fully configured for landing. We're still dropping quite nicely. 1,900 feet a minute. And it looks like we're going to have a bit of a hefty crosswind. This arrow here lets you know where the wind, what way the wind is going.
Contact approach on 120.625. Good day.
Contact approach, thank you very much.
120.625 for EZ29er. Approach EZ29er is passing 4,400 feet, descending 4,000 feet.
EZ29er approach
QNH.
0.40. Continue to have it as planned.
So our QNH is 340. 3040, so I'll put that in there. And we also put that into the MCDU. So, what did we say it was? 30.40. We put that up here. And the aircraft knows that's how high Stansted is. The runway is above sea level. These numbers here are constraints. We have to be below 8,000 or at 8,000 or below before we get to this, and as you can see, air traffic control have brought us down to 4,000 already. The next waypoint, USR, we have to be at 4,000 or below before we get there, which we will be. 17.5 nautical miles out. There is beautiful Essex. Now we could go flaps 2. That will bring the speed down to 180. Now here comes the glide slope. Okay. So when this diamond hits the yellow line,
Ryanair 7905, you are 13 miles southwest. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Lowell transition. Cleared to Lowell.
so when this diamond hits the yellow line, we're going to hit our approach hold, which is here.
Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 22 approach via Laurel transition. Cleared to Laurel Ryanair 7905.
That will take us down at the right descent to the runway. Now, when you hear air traffic controls talking, they're actually talking to other pilots, which is quite cool. So let's hit our approach, hold. Still 11 miles out.
Easy Y29er descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
2,500, thank you very much.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet easy 29er.
Down we go. Should be able to see the airport. There we are, airport in sight. There's the runway. Okay, final approach. Spoilers armed.
Easy Y29er, you are 9 miles northeast of Stansted. Contact tower on 121.955 when inbound on the approach.
Speed brake set to
Tower on
medium.
121.955 easy 29er. Tower easy 29er 8 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 22 approach.
Because it is quite.
Y29er tower. QNH 30.42 wind 022 at 12. Cleared ILS runway 22 approach. Easy Y29er wind 022 at 12.
02212.
Land runway 22.
0.
Cleared to land runway 22 easy
022 / 12. That's the wind. Put it into the computer. Here's the runway, final approach. Flaps full. Gear down. Let's do it. Three greens, checked. Auto brake set, spoilers set. Flaps full.
1,000.
Looking good on the paps, 2 white, 2 red. Means we're at the perfect. We're coming onto the glide slope perfectly, which is always good. We're at our approach speed of 140, which is also good. Everything is looking very, very good. Very, very good. 500. Disconnect the autopilot. I now have full control over the aircraft.
400. 300. 200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30.
So let's flare.
20.
Come back off the throttles.
Retard. 5.
And down. Welcome to London Stansted. Auto brakes have kicked in. Tidy up the aircraft. Turn those auto brakes off. And find ourselves a taxi. Find ourselves a taxiway. Here we are. And we'll just come.
Y29er contact ground on 121.73.
We'll just come to a stop here.
121.73 for easy 29er.
Parking brake set. Let's get our directions to the gate.
Stansted ground easy 29er taxi to the gate.
Thanks very much, Colt. Thanks very much indeed.
13 by taxiway Lima Romeo Lima Hotel November Juliet.
I am getting
Taxiing to gate 13
I do
using
feel that I'm
taxiway
getting quite
Lima
competent
Romeo
at it,
Lima
I have to
Hotel
say,
November Juliet Easy 29er.
without being too big-headed. But I've put the time in, so I'm glad that I'm kind of starting to come to fruition, you know. Nice one, Brad. Thanks, mate. What's the time? It's 10:15. I might have time to fly back to Cork. Or we might do that. So we might do that Sunday night. Or Monday night even. We'll do Stansted to Cork Monday night. Get this parked up. Bags off, passengers off. We'll shut her down. Thanks very much, mobs. Don't know why I keep saying moobs. Boobs on the brain. It was actually little bit hard. It wasn't the smoothest landing, but the aircraft is still in one piece, so it's always a good landing. That's what they say in the community. Hope you enjoyed your short flight from Amsterdam to Stansted. I certainly did. I absolutely adore using this simulator. I'll turn them off so we don't blind the marshaller, if we get one. So there's our stand, I can see it there, just off to the right hand side. There's another player there as well, getting ready to leave. There's another one over there as well. So all the planes you can see here, this one here, now that's a generic aircraft. But it is being controlled by someone, either on the PC or on the Xbox. And the same with the Airbus, over on the right there as well. Yeah, I got binned off Twitter for sticking up for Sophie. She's a YouTuber. Some fella sent her horrible messages, mate. Horrible messages. So I took it upon myself to let him know what I thought of him, and I got banned for 7 days. There he is. a little bit more forward. Parking brake set. Engines idle. Let's get the engines off. That's just a navlog. So it took us 37 minutes. Not bad. Let's get some ground services on the go. So we want the jetway connection.
Stansted ground EZ-29er. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
EZ-29er, the jetway is going to be connected.
Let's get the baggage
Stansted
service on the
ground
go.
EZ-29er. Could you please send the baggage?
EZ-29er baggage is on the way.
Doors open. There we go. Baggage is coming off. Passengers have departed the aircraft. Flight complete. I'm seriously thinking about going back to Cork from here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Cork. Why not? Let's make a flight plan. So we want to depart from Stansted. And we want to fly to Cork. No, we don't want to fly to Clonakilty. Fly to Cork. Then we're going to do low altitude airways. That gives us our flight plan. That gives us our approach into Cork. No, we don't want to do that one. We want to go into 3-4. Yeah, that's the one we want. And we're going to go ILS 34. So that gives us our approach there into Cork. This is where I live, Clonakilty. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world, let me tell you. So we depart 22, and it's the Nugba departure is what we want. These are real departures. I can remember plenty of times flying this route and these turns. So here's the flight back to Cork. Straight over Luton, over to Oxford, over to Swansea, off the coast of Wales, and into Cork. That's where the West Cork Beer Company's from, mate. Absolutely correct. And the advert for that beer company was filmed on this beach here. There you go. So when you watch the Same Old Arsenal podcast on the beach and you saw all the waves and stuff, that's where it was filmed. That beach. I'm not too sure. Can you zoom in onto my house? Yes, you can. Oh, but it doesn't give you any. It won't go clear. My house is right there, at the tip of that tip of the cursor. Wow. It's a beautiful part of the world, let me tell you. This is Inchydoney Beach. This is where I do my bass fishing. In these two channels here. When the tide's coming in. And when the tide's going out. This is Ring Channel. And this is Inchydoney Island. Used to be an island back in the day, but it's not anymore. It's all connected. Alright, shall we get back in the air? Shall we get back to Cork? Let's do some live weather. It's gonna be a night flight. Let's go. Thanks very much, Mobs92. Thanks for coming along, and thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Well on my way to 50. See you soon, mate. Thank you very much.
Tower EZ29er ready for departure runway 22 IFR to Cork.
Now, I've done it so we're straight on the runway and that we're all set up and ready to go just to save time. So release the parking brake, engines to 50%, stable, let's go. Knots. B1. Rotate. That's a positive climb. Gear up.
EZY29er contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475 for EZ29er. London Center EZ29er is at 1,200 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
EZY29er London Center QNH 30.42.
Throttles back to lever climb.
31 IFX as planned.
London Center EZ29er would like to change destination to Cork.
EZY29er is cleared to Cork Airport as filed. Squawk 1154.
EZ29er cleared to Cork Airport as filed. Squawk 1154.
EZY29er, read back correct. Radar contact 3,100 feet. QNH 30.42 continue to D170H turning and following heading 295 proceed on course climb and maintain 8,600 feet. Speedbird 663, you are 49er miles east. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 09er left approach via Lima Alpha Mike transition. Clear to Lima Alpha Mike.
Continue to D170H turning and following heading 295 resume on navigation climb and maintain 8,600 feet EZ29er.
Something's gone horribly wrong here because for some reason it's changed itself.
Maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 09er left approach via Lima Alpha Mike transition. Clear to Lima Alpha Mike Speedbird 663.
Yeah, something's gone wrong here. It's actually changed the flight plan on me. But that's okay, because what we can do is we can use this constraints button. And we can follow this again. That must be a little bug, just going through our S speed. Flaps up, planer will accelerate. She told us to go to 8,600. and we can, like I said, we can follow the constraints of about how high we have to be. Just heading towards central London. So what we'll do is we'll just resume no navigation and we'll get up to 25,000. Oh, 12,000, okay. She's still there with us.
Climb and maintain 12,000 feet easy 29er.
Climb and maintain 12,000. Good evening to the new viewers. Welcome.
Easy Y29er climb and maintain flight level 240.
Up to 240.
Climb
Don't be
and maintain flight level 240 easy 29er.
Don't be shy. Come in the chat. Say hello.
Y29er climb and maintain flight level 340.
340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 easy 29er.
Okay.
663 contact.
Up we go.
On 127.525. Good day.
Yeah, good evening to the new viewers. Thanks for coming. If you could drop me a follow, I'd much appreciate it.
127.525 for Speedbird 663.
Don't be shy. Come in the chat box. As we fly over central London. It's a little bit off to the left, I think. This flight should take about 50 minutes. We'll all be in bed for 11. But of course, don't let me keep you here. I'm very appreciative of people who have come and watched the first flight and people who are still here. Much appreciated. I'm very new to all this, and I want to make a good go of it if I can. I've always wanted to be a streamer. I've even set up a tip jar. I don't know how it works because I'm, like I said, I'm all new to this. My channel might not as good as most, but I'll get there. Don't look as good as Colts anyway, let me tell you that. I'll get there though. I'll get there. The lights of London City, just under the second aileron there. And it's live weather, beautiful clear night in London. Anyone live in London? Is that true weather? Is it nice and clear? Because I can guarantee you one thing, it won't be when we get to Cork. Cork Airport is built on top of a hill. And when I say on top of a hill, I mean a big hill. And I have been involved in some hairy landings coming into that airport, let me tell you. When I used to work on the ramp there, and I used to watch some of them landing, and like, I'm not religious at all, but I've blessed myself when those planes have hit the ground, let me tell you. Let's go back up onto the flight deck, see how we're getting on. About halfway up. So this little line that's moving is our indicator of where we'll be when we hit the top of our cruise. See, what I'd like to do, I'd like to have a computer that will stream with the Xbox. You can get the Xbox app and you can stream the screen onto a computer screen, and I'd like to then stream that to OBS and have all the bells and whistles. So Colt, you might be able to give me a good bit of advice here. Would it be better for me to save up and get an Elgato? Because I know that Elgatos can be used on Macs, can't they? What would be your advice there? Because you can stream the screen. I can stream my screen to OBS, but the computer I've got has only got 4 gigs of RAM, so it's like, I tried it and it's like, not happening. So for me to stream to OBS, so I can have, you know, all the bells and whistles on the overlays and stuff, would it be better to get an Elgato? Although I quite like my overlays now, to be honest. Perhaps I don't need to. I'm streaming at 1080p. Perhaps I don't need to. Not the man to be asking. Yeah, do you know what? I mean, look, as streams go, I think mine looks alright. You can see me, got good audio, got all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, you're dead right, mate. You're dead right. Would be silly, wouldn't it, when I can just switch on the Xbox, open the Twitch app, and away I go. I've got my Microsoft HD camera linked to it, which is plugged into the Xbox, which is a great feature, I think. And then, of course, I've got my headset plugged into my controller, so looks more than good enough. Oh, good. Well, if you're saying that, I'm happy then. I'm happy with that. Thanks for sticking around though, mate. Really appreciate it. Don't feel that you have to. We'll complete this flight anyway. Get it done. I'll stick it into we'll stick it into iMovie and we'll separate it.
140 you are 76 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 08 left approach.
Well, thank you very much. If only one person's enjoying it and that's you, then if one person's enjoying it, I'm happy with that.
Descend and maintain 2,200 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 08 left approach EZ8.
Yeah, you gotta get it, mate. You gotta get it, and we can go on flights together. It'll be a good laugh, and we can stream it out. Especially when they do the shared cockpit. They're talking about that coming, so you could be my first officer. And I'll be the captain. I am the captain now. Look at me. Great film, that, by the way. Great film. And the fact that it was a true story, goodness me. Do I know DCS Flight Simulator? No, I can't say I do, mate. Is that new? I have to check that out.
EZY-29er contact Manchester Centre on 118.775.
Changing to Manchester Centre, thank you.
Going to 118.775 EZ29er. Manchester Centre EZ29er is passing flight level 235, climbing flight level 340.
EZY-29er Manchester Centre, continue to ascend as planned.
Deary me. Doing bombing runs, I love it. Yeah, send me the link, I'd love to see that. Have a look at that. See, a lot of people on Microsoft Flight Simulator have been doing like flights to Kabul in the Air Force planes, you know. I'm still trying to work out if it's bad taste or not. Those poor people. Now when she flipped us over, well, when she gave us a new flight plan, I thought I was going to lose air traffic control and that we're going to have to do it manually, but seems we've still got it, which is good. Any good photo opportunities? Not really in the dark, I suppose. I've still got my landing lights on though. That's an epic fail on my behalf. No smoking. Now we'll let people walk around the cabin. Well, that's never good. My controller batteries are low, so I'm going to have to go and get some more. Do excuse me for 2 minutes. Really strange. Mic wouldn't work and now all of a sudden it's just come back. Thank you very much, mate, for hosting me. Thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate that. New headset needed. So let's have a look and see where we are. I'm just heading across Wales. So I should be on the ground in Cork in approximately 20 minutes, half an hour. We shall be parked up at Cork. Good evening to the new viewer. Hope you are well. Thanks very much for joining me. Don't be shy, join us in the chat box. Come and say hello. Currently somewhere over Wales, on our way to Cork. We have already done a flight this evening. We flew from Amsterdam to Stansted. And we are doing a flight back to my home airport of Cork. Dan, how are you, mate? Thanks for coming along. Really, really appreciate it. What a great community this gaming community is. I love it. I did, mate. I did see your little plug. Thank you very much. Sorry, I really didn't talk about much football on there, really. I was watching it before I was going on, and some of the things were really winding me up. Especially about Maitland-Niles. Everyone going, oh, it's Arteta's fault, it's Arteta's fault. Like I said in the podcast last night, if I go to social media and slag off my company, I'm getting hauled into the office. I don't care whether you're a footballer. I don't care whether you're a supermarket worker. I don't care if you're a waiter. If I saw a member of my staff on social media slagging off the place they work, or sending indirect messages to the place they work, I'd haul them into the office as well. People take this Arteta thing way too deep. Way too deep. Now, we all know he's not up to it. Well, we all think that he's not up to it. The team that goes onto the pitch next game will be his team. They'll all be his signings. They'll all be his contract extensions, and we've always said, wait until he gets his own players, wait until he gets his own players. Well, now he's got them. So he knows how much pressure he's under. I'm sure the players know how much pressure he's under. And how much pressure the players are under. So hopefully from here on in, things will get better at the Arsenal. But we have got to do our job as fans, and we've got to support them. I think it's getting lost in the world of football at the moment. People are not supporting their teams anymore. Just going on social media and giving it the big one all the time about them. seen people today. Oh, where's all the trust your team merchants? You know, support your team merchants. What kind of a fan is that? Actually, you know, taking time out of your day to actually have a go at fans who are saying, right, okay, we'll support the team, you know. That's what you do. People come and go, players come and go, but the Arsenal will be there forever. Simple as that. Dancy just wants to get a win. Yeah, I'm sure once we get that win, if we can beat Norwich, the only thing that worries me about Norwich game, Dan, is that Norwich ain't going to be afraid. And they know that if they have a go at us, they can beat us. Colt says social media has legitimised too many divvies who in the era before the internet literally nobody would listen to because they all got their football views off the back of the sun. Very good. Like it. I like it. True. It's very true. It's very true. But if you think about it, everything that goes on social media did happen after football, but it just happened in the pub where no one was filming or you know, no one was taking any notice. You're dead right, Dan. Absolutely, dead right. It happened at Manchester City. It happened at Brentford. Happened against Chelsea. We've got to get that culture out. And hopefully, by the time Norwich comes round, Gabriel will be back fit. I haven't really been reading up about it, really. Is that a long-term thing? Is it, you know, when's he going to be back? Ben White will come back in. Exactly. Football's such an easy game, man. It really is. People try and make it so hard with all these tactics and stuff. Yep. Absolutely, mate. When your back is against the wall, just sit back. Absolutely. Danny! How are you, mate? So pleased to see you. Danny says the more people think they can get famous and make a few quid, they will sacrifice anything for that, including the club. Oh, you're so right, mate. You're so right. Where are we off to? Dan, we are off to we're off home. We're off to Cork. We've already come from Amsterdam to London Stansted. We landed at London Stansted, parked up. Passengers off, passengers on. Bags off, bags on. And we're on our last flight of the evening, mate. We're heading back to Cork. Not too far out, actually. Should be on the ground in about 20 minutes. Thanks for coming along, though. No one checked the baggage. Dad, I'm just the pilot, mate. I just fly the planes. I leave that to the people in the terminal building. You do realise that one day you're going to turn up to one of these streams and I'm going to be sitting here in a shirt and tie with the captain stripes on. Give us a follow, Dan. Give us a follow. Get me up to 19. Colt says the world philosophy is chucked about so much these days. How about having a philosophy of winning football matches? Absolutely. Absolutely. And he says, don't be that guy. It's pretty sad, isn't it? I saw a fella the other day, full shirt, captain's stripes, tie and a hat. Dearie me. Right, let's start slowing this baby down because we must. Yep. So Wales just behind us. And now we will shortly. There we go. Start our descent into Cork. So she wants us down to 28.
Flight level 280 easy 29er.
So let's go. Down at 28,000. And we'll bring the engines back to 240. The engine will come back to 240 as we start to descend. If it decides it's going to descend. I think it's slowing down before... Yeah, she's slowing down before she starts coming down. Oh, cosplay, no thanks. Yeah, alright love, we're slowing down first. Here we go. So we should drop at about 2,000 feet per minute. So as I said, if air traffic control are any good, by the time we get to this waypoint we should be at 5,550 feet. Sometimes you have to ignore them because you're just not low enough to execute an approach. Now hopefully if it's not cloudy, which it is, you can just see, I don't know if you can see them on your screen, but there's some lights over here. That's actually Dublin city lights. I've seen them, it's an amazing sight. I've seen them a couple of times coming back from London on a clear evening. It's an amazing sight. The weather seems to have cleared up in Cork, because it wasn't like that earlier. It's very cloudy. Come on, Danny, you going to give me that follow or what, mate? So currently descending at 2,600 feet. Oh, is that why? You already do. Thank you very much, mate. You sure you followed Beginner Simmer? Because I did have a couple of other channels. He's always the man with the stats. You can tell me exactly when he followed me. Perhaps it's because I changed the name and everything on it. Perhaps you was already a follower. You must have been. But how comes you stopped streaming? I used to like those hospital ones that you did. Theme Hospital, they were good. Do I ever watch Big Jet TV? Every night, mate. Every night. I love watching that channel. There's also another one I watch as well. It's live at LA Airport. Amazing.
Easy Y29er descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
16,000?
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet easy 29er.
So well on the approach now. $16,000. You couldn't tell one plane from another. 2 Point Hospital, that's the one. That's the one. That's Danny used to stream that. I used to love watching that. You should start doing it again, Dan. If you're wondering, Colt, that's Danny. Danny GFP from Burkamp Wonderland. One of my favourite people in the whole wide world. Yeah, start streaming it again in the winter. That would be great. 6 people watching, 2 chatting.
Contact Shannon Center on 132.15. Good day.
Come into the chat box if you're there. Don't be shy, because it will help me with my Twitch achievements. Get 5 people chatting at once.
Center EZ29er is passing flight level 255, descending 16,000 feet.
EZY29er Shannon Center. Continue to order as planned.
It's a Dan takeover. Yeah, Dan FM, follow Danny the GFP on Twitch as well, mate, please. When he goes back doing the 2 Point Hospital streams, they're fantastic. Oh! Burkamp Wonderland will chat from here too, thank you very much, mate. That's 4 people, 5 people. I think I've got it now, and 5 people. Brad was in earlier. There's 3 of you there now, and Mobs was there as well, so I think I've got that now. Hopefully. No, I need 5 people chatting at once, mate. It's a Twitch achievement thing. Descending lovely. So as I said, we need to be at 5,550 feet before we get to this waypoint. Yeah, man, I'm looking to hit that sweet, sweet affiliate target, alright. Even though I don't understand what being an affiliate means. I really must do some homework. Kind of set this up and just like, yeah, let's get going, let's get streaming. I haven't really done my homework on Twitch, really. You get to have subscribers and you get your own emotes. Oh, cool. So subscribers mean basically opening up monetizing. Oh yeah, okay. So does that mean that my tip jar don't work now then? I've done my tip jar through player.me. Oh yeah, no it doesn't. Right, okay, that's fine. %. Oh, that's not too bad. Not that I'll get any. People can still donate if they want. So my tip jar that's in my about, if you clicked on that now then, and let's just say you wanted to make a donation, it wouldn't go through, or it will stay there until I get 50 followers and I get an affiliate. Is that right? I must set up a Discord as well. We'll do that tonight. Donation link is not related to affiliate status. Okay. But affiliates are monetized through Twitch. Great. So that means they take a portion of the pie, just like Dan said. Not mutually exclusive. So someone could tip me now then. Not that I want tips, I'm just, you know, asking. Aye. Oh, good. I assume so. Yeah, well, like I say, I was looking at player.me. I was looking at their overlays, and I just set up a tip jar through them. I don't know how it works, about how you get them or anything. But it gave me the link, and I put it in my my banners. You know, I just done a little about and the tip jar and the Twitter feed and stuff. I was watching YouTube, and people were saying that channel looks more professional if you actually make a little bit of effort. Now, I'm going to carry on descending to 5.5 because I'm getting paranoid that our air traffic control is not with us.
Easy Y29er, please expedite your descent 16,000 feet.
I'm at 16,000 feet, love.
Easy Y29er descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
Okay.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet easy 29er.
I'll trust air traffic control. Dropping out of the sky nicely. And very nice that we've had no avionic failures this evening, touch wood. So here comes the speed, down to 210. Once we get past those 2 yellow marks, we can put some flaps in. There we are on the localizer, established. 26.8 nautical miles away from Cork, and we can put our first set of flaps in. ILS runway 34. Now I'm going down because they're not. I'm going to be too high. I've learned. I said I was going to trust them, but I don't. Because as you can see, here,
Easy Y29er, you are 25 miles southeast. Descent and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep
Right.
speed not above 220 knots. Expect
should've-
vectors ILS runway 34 approach.
I should have trusted her, shouldn't I?
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep speed not above 220 knots. Expect vectors ILS runway 34 approach easy 29er.
She must have heard me. Not above 22 knots. That's alright, because we're not doing that anyway.
Contact Cork approach on 118.8.
Library in. You can follow me from those accounts and all.
18.8 for easy 29er. Cork approach easy 29er is at 10,400 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Easy Y29er Cork approach QNH 30.45 continuous planned.
Yo, 2 new followers. Should come up on the screen pretty soon, hopefully. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, mate. Nice one. Get the second stage of flaps in. Yeah, because this right turn is up. Still out at sea at the moment. This right turn takes us back inland. Can sail on this side, Cork Harbour on this side. Can we see any lights? Yeah, we got a bit of light there. Did she give me a Q&H? She did. 345. 3045. Set, and we'll activate the approach. And we need to put 30 dots or 5.
Easy White 29er, you are 16 miles southeast of Cork. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact Cork Tower on 121.7.
Will do, thank you very much.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 121.7 Easy 29er. Cork Tower Easy 29er, 15 miles southeast inbound ILS runway 34 approach.
Did those follow alert comes up? Wind 075. 15. So I'm putting the wind speed into the computer.
Runway 34 approach Easy 29er.
See there, he told me it was 07 at 15, so we put in. So the wind is 70, magnetic 75 at 15. Well, hopefully they'll come up soon. I don't know why that didn't come up. It has registered them. So we're making our turn towards the runway. See, the localizer is lining us up. And as soon as that hits there, I'm going to hit the approach hold button. There's the runway just out in front of us. So, let's go flaps 3. Spoilers are set. Auto brake set to max. Gear down. Landing lights on. And we are fully configured to land. Thanks very much for tweeting out the stream. Drums 80 bass. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Here we are, short final to Cork. Fully configured. This is the bit where I go quiet. It's a bit windy, lads.
White 29er, wind 075 at 15. Cleared to land runway 34.
175 at 15.
Runway 34 Easy 29er.
Looking good on the paps, looking good. Thanks for tweeting that out, mate. Much appreciated. Short and final to Cork. Disengage your autopilot at 1000. It's windy. Very windy.
1000.
Whoa. You windy, lads. So we're on the perfect glide slope. 2 reds, 2 whites. Oh, I'm getting blown about all over the place.
300. 200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
That was windy. Very windy. But we're down.
Easy Y29er exit runway when able.
Welcome to Cork. Let's park up.
Easy Y29er, turn next taxiway.
Will do.
Easy Y29er exit runway when able. Easy Y29er contact ground on 121.85.
121.85 for Easy 29er.
There we go. That is us for the evening. Thank you very much indeed for the follow. The gaming pod. Thank you very much indeed. Got to support Gooners. Thanks very much indeed. That is the end of our stream this evening. We flew from Amsterdam to Stansted, and then off the whim, I said we'd fly back to Cork, which is my home airport. Do need to go a little bit more forward here. There we go. Parking brake set. Hopefully we can get the jetway connected.
Cork ground EZ-29er, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
EZ-29er, the jetway
There we
is
go.
going to be connected.
Engines off. Lights off. Doors open. Master caution switch. There you go. 54 minutes and 10 seconds from Stansted back over to my home airport of Cork. 11 people in here. That's my highest viewership so far, but I've only been streaming for 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm very, very happy with that. If you are new here and you have been watching and you have liked what you've seen, then you might think about giving me a follow. You can follow me on Twitter at TheBeginner Sim. I've also got a YouTube channel which shows replays of the streams. You can come over there and subscribe at The Beginner Simmer there as well. So yeah, thank you ever so much for staying with me. Really much appreciated. I stream every Monday and Wednesday night. Fly around Europe in an Airbus A320 Neo. So if you like what you've seen this evening, drop us a follow, and I will see you Monday night. Thank you very much. Be kind, be nice, and I'll see you Monday. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.